Have you ever thought you could create a website that can interact with you just like ChatGPT? Hi, this is Asim from Skills Build Training. In today's video, we'll see how we can create a ChatGPT based website using advanced documentation of OpenAI. The video is divided into 3 parts. 1. Prompt engineering. 2. Advanced OpenAI models. 3. Website development. So let's get started. We have all used ChatGPT and we all ask different questions and it produces a good response. But sometimes it keeps on repeating the same response. It is because we never asked ChatGPT in a proper way to get our desirable answers. There comes prompt engineering. Prompt engineers ask the model in such an effective way which can produce more desirable results. Here is an example. On average, Mark travels 22 km in a day to get to office. How much Mark will travel in a standard working month? The standard response given by ChatGPT is that normal working days are 22 days in a month. And since it has assumed it to be 22 days, it then applied a formula which is multiplication of distance with the working days and gives an answer of 484 kilometers. Pretty straightforward. Now if we change the prompt by asking a code snippet, it will create a response with a code snippet which is of Python. It have created the variables and multiplied them using the formula in Python code. If we ask it to present this code snippet in a JavaScript language, it will create a code snippet in that language. This is how we engineered our prompt to get the desired output. This is prompt engineering. We have to redefine what we are asking to get the desirable response. I wanted a JavaScript based structured code, so it works for me this way. Similarly, you can explore many examples and see how it goes and how it gives you your desired output. Frankly speaking, AI is capable of generating the response which you wanted. In order to build a ChatGPT website, we need to understand few important and advanced concepts. Let's explain this website of OpenAI. We have talked about prompt engineering and understood why it is important. To understand it more, you can have a look at the documentation and then in guides, you can select GPT-based practices. In this section, OpenAI have engineered the best prompt to get the desirable response from ChatGPT or any other model. This section explains how to write an effective prompt to generate the best desirable response. It has explained the 6 strategies to improve your prompt, including write clear instructions, provide reference text, splitting the complex tasks into subtasks, and then it gives you a strategy on how to write your prompt. I will suggest you to take a pause and read the whole bunch of information given by OpenAI for its prompt. I hope it will help you in engineering your future prompts. Now we will head towards the dashboard of OpenAI. In the example section, we can give a look to all the categories. There we can explore one of the example named as explain code. Let's open it in the playground and see what it follows. Now in this example, you will be provided with a code and you have to explain the code very concisely. So it follows a GPT 3.5 turbo model and the temperature 0 shows that randomness is not allowed. Here you can see how concisely it have explained the code. I'll strongly suggest you to visit the website and play around some of the best examples and explore the prompts. The more examples you provide, the more accurate response of ChatGPT will be. Now we move forward with the part 2 of the video. Different AI models have been developed so far and ChatGPT is one of them. Let's explore the models. In the documentation section, we will move towards model, and in the overview section, we can see different models that are fueling OpenAI. GPT is one of the many models which is safe to use and have certain limitations for the general public. GPT 3.5 models include different models including DaVinci, Turbo, Turbo 16K, and many more. GPT 3.5 Turbo is the most capable and optimized for chat at fraction of the cost of text DaVinci. Similarly, GPT 3.5 Turbo 16K is almost as much capable as GPT 3.5 Turbo is, but it have 4 times the context. So that's why the maximum tokens are less in normal standard GPT 3.5 Turbo model. Then comes different models which are either stopped or either are not going to be upgraded in the future. Then comes Text DaVinci. it has similar capabilities as Text DaVinci but trained with supervised fine-tuned instead of reinforcement learning. And then Code DaVinci, it is optimized for code completion tasks. The pricing for all these models are given in the billing section with respect to 1000 tokens. So a token is composed of 4 characters approximately. The concept regarding the token is very complex, and if you want to learn more about this, comment below. Now if you play around the previous example of PostgreSQL, so we are using GPT 3.5 Turbo model for this and we submit it. So it is generating a code snippet, and now if we change the model to 16K, it will generate the same snippet code but with the explanation of all the lines and concisely telling us what this code is doing. So this is the difference between the main standard model and this GPT 3.5 Turbo 16K. This temperature is a variable which is responsible for randomness in this response. So if it is near to 0, it means it is strictly adherence to the trained data. But if we move it towards the 1, so it will be open to more suggestions. So finally, after model selection, there comes the stage of fine-tuning. So we have to fine-tune our model, and in this overview of fine-tuning, you can find all the steps regarding the tuning your model. We are not going deeper into this thing, but if you want to learn more about this, you can leave a comment below. Now we will jump into the website development. Firstly, we have to check if we have installed Node.js, and if it is not, you can download it from the official website of Node.js by using this according to your operating system. And then after installing, you can navigate to your terminal and execute this command to check the version and confirm the installation of your package. So now it tells me that 18.80 version is already installed. So now we'll move towards the next step, which is creating an environment. So we'll execute this command, and folder named of ChatGPT API will be developed in my directory like this. Now after installing the environment, we'll kickstart the environment, which is by writing npm start, and it will execute this command and will create a local host page like this. So now we can see that this function is working fine. After starting the web application, we will create an index.js file in this folder, and in this file we will be expressing server which will handle API request coming in and responding back with the JSON object. It will use body parser as well as CORS function. So we have initialized the body parser and CORS function, and then we set the port to 3001, and then we are using these two functions to create a post message which is hello world, and app.listen is listening to the response. So after this, we will run this file using node index.js, and it will run. After running this file, we will head over to the src folder and we will open app.js. So in this file, you will simply import the React and app, and in the app function, you will set the message and response, and in this function, handle submit is actually fetching the response, and in this section the name of the app is being initialized, and in this text area message is being sent and is being submitted in the form of a form. After that, we will export the default app using this command, and then we will head to restart our, and so yes, it is showing the web application, which is, so if I write hello and I submit it. For integrating the OpenAI, we'll head towards the OpenAI documentation, and in the OpenAI documentation, we'll go to the authentication part and we'll select the JS format and copy it, and then we will head back towards the index.js file and paste it in this file. Now we will add OpenAI integration in this document by inserting this response, and here constant response equals await OpenAI and dot create completion, which is using the model Text DaVinci, and a message is being prompted with maximum tokens of 10, and the temperature is 0. After this, I'll use this configuration and I've pasted it in this index.js, and then I have to enter the OpenAI API key over here. So I'll head back to my dashboard, and from here personal to view my API keys, and then there are my API keys. I can create a new one also, my own separate key, and it will generate a new key for me. I'll copy it and I'll paste it in place of this API key, and I'm done. So I'll again run this node index.js, and then it will run. After successful completion of index.js, we'll head towards the app.js, and in order to add the completion command, we'll head towards the OpenAI documentation, and here in completion we'll select the .js file for the completion, and we'll copy it, then we'll paste it in our app.js like this, and now we are good to go. We can write node app.js, and now that we have made the basic website, now we can play around with the ChatGPT models and can create custom prompts. So we will head into index.js. We will try to update the prompts. Suppose if I say AI to pretend that you are a Nelson Mandela, and give him some specific answers like, Nelson, how can I help you today? And the person will say, I want some motivation. Then Nelson will say, you are amazing, you can strive for justice. So here, this is an example response that can be given by Nelson Mandela to any human person who is asking for some motivation. So now then the person will pass a message and Nelson will reply. And in this way, we can create a custom prompts in the OpenAI website. So we'll compile it. We will say npm start, and so here we can see that I have given the form. So I can say, hello Nelson, how are you? So yeah, perfect.